Hello and welcome to the Trauma Flavored Chapters. I'm your host, Serenity, and it's so nice to meet you or see you again. This is a place where I share my past and present chapters with you completely unfiltered. We are not filtered here. But this is a place to create pure connection through shared experiences. So I share everything with you to create connection. So, and if you love this podcast, please like and share and follow. That it just helps push us out there. I love when I say us because I feel like more than one person helps the podcast, our community grow, and I really want to connect with as many people as I can, and I want to help you. I want to help you as much as I can. And yeah, so if you listen to this episode or if you listen to past episodes and you're like, oh, I really think so, like my loved one or whoever would needs to hear this, please send it to them because I want to connect with them as much. I just want to connect with you and connect with them and just okay. Anyways, I'm just really excited. I'm always excited to just jump right in and do these episodes with you. So, we're yapping about being too much today. We're yapping about being too much. So, today is a current chapters episode, maybe a little bit of a past episode kind of chapter. I don't know why I said past episode. Oh, okay. Yeah, my brain my brain's like connecting. I was like, why did you say that? So yeah, we're talking about I used to feel like being too much. So it's a little bit of a current chapters episode and past chapters episode. I am struggling, but it's okay. It's fine. I'm not gonna cut this out or restart. So yeah, being too much. I have just connected with that sentence for a very long time. I've probably my whole upbringing. I have just always felt like I have a really big personality, a lot of energy, a lot of feelings. I have just always felt like a lot. And I have always felt like I don't feel like it now, but it's just like being too much. It's just like, or people have, I don't think I've had a lot of people say this to me, but it's just like, oh, you're just a little much, or just could you dim it down a bit? Could you just dim it down? And you're just like, what the fuck? Like, you're like, that's rude. Or just like, oh, your emotions are too much. I can't handle it. You're too emotional. You're too this. It's like, it's just the too muchness. And I know there's a lot of people out there with really fun and like unique and big bubbly energy, or just like you're just really emotional and a really really deep person, and people have just told you like, you're too much, or I don't want to deal with your feelings, it's just too much, or you're just kind of like too weird, like you're just a little too much, and you're just like, that hurts if you have ever heard that. Oh, this episode is for you. This episode is for anyone that has ever felt too much. And at the end of this episode, I am going to walk through some ways to help you not feel the too muchness, okay? Because that we don't want to feel like that. You are not too much. You are perfect the way that you fucking are. Your energy, your feelings, and who you are never too much, okay? I hate when people are like, "Oh, you see that like that person's just a little too like much." And you're just like, "What is wrong with you? Like what is wrong?" Especially like in this society nowadays, I there is just people just I think of like people I'm trying to think of like just different people that are just so expressive. Oh, I'm thinking of like Pride. I'm thinking of like Pride, and like I'm thinking of just some of my gay friends, and just cuz there is a Pride pool party on Friday, and then there was a Pride was it the parade, or was it there was another Pride party last night. And so I'm thinking of just like the pride and just like, oh, I went to a drag show recently too, and it's just like I love that energy of just like big, like showing off your personality, showing off who you are, like fully expressing yourself, and it's fully expressing like, and even if you aren't gay or in the LGBTQ plus community, like if you just that I just admire like drag queens. I just admire drag queens because I have been my first drag show was in Boston, and it was completely by surprise and by accident. It was the best fucking thing I've ever experienced. And I'm bringing up like drag shows and just people that do drag because they fully express themselves, and I've heard people just say like, that's too much. Mm, too much. And you're just like, okay, well, mind your own fucking business then. Like, what? And my very first drag show I went to was in Boston, and it was in a coffee, I think it was a coffee place, restaurant place, and it was just out of nowhere. And it was so beautiful and fun and just magnetic. And I don't get why people are so off put by big energy, just big personalities, big energy, or just fully expressing yourself. And that's not too much. Like doing drag or like even I just any of that, just any of like the pride community, I just see it so strongly that they are just so, I want to say prideful, so prideful in the ways. Sorry, I'm distracted by a chicken yet again. I have new chickens and they're here yet again. They're saying hello. If you can hear that, so sorry. But yeah, I'm just thinking of like people that go to like pride parades, or people that celebrate being gay, or just people that do drag. Like I'm thinking that was like my very first example in my head, because I think of people that judge them and that are just so fucking rude, and they're just like, too much. And I'm like, what is wrong? I'm going to say it so many times. What is wrong with a person expressing themselves and their identity and just themselves so fucking fully? Like, what is wrong with that? And then we're going to go on the other spectrum of just emotional too muchness. And I'm kind of just going through the examples to connect with you in the ways that I have also just felt too much in the ways of emotionally. Like I feel very deeply and I feel a lot. And I have been through a lot, so it makes sense why I feel so deeply. And in times that I have been really, really depressed and really, really lost, my feelings have felt really, really, really overwhelming. And just there's been times and it I'm sorry, the chicken's walking by. There has just been a lot of times where I have felt really overwhelmed by my own emotions, and I have just felt like, whoa, I can't handle this. Like this feels too much. This feels really, really too much. I don't know what to do with it. I can't get away from it. It's just, it's a lot. And in times, and I want to bring up that specific example of feeling that, of internally feeling like your emotions are too much, because I have felt like that and then I have projected that onto other people. And instead of feeling open enough to be like, "Hey, I really, really need someone to talk to right now. I really feel this," or just being open enough to sharing your feelings in that way. I have been in times where I have not felt open enough, and I go, it's just too much for you. It's just too much. Like, I already make up my mind that someone else is going to think that my emotions are too much, so then I would project that onto them and then I wouldn't share it. And that's not fair to other people, because there's so many emotionally intelligent people out there that want to connect with you, that want to hear you and be there for you and just see you. And I just wanted to bring that up specifically, of making sure that you don't project your too muchness onto other people, because there's people out there that love you and that want to connect with you that don't think that. And so, and I have also felt that way with my personality. I I just started a podcast for a reason. I have a fucking windbag on me. I can talk for hours straight. Like I can talk, and that can make people fucking uncomfortable. And I have seen it. And I have seen, and when I was younger, I didn't know social cues very well, where like you can tell like someone wants to end a conversation, and then I didn't know those social cues when I was younger, so I just be like, but that's just me. That's just my personality. Like I wasn't trying to be rude or mean or talk over anybody, but instead of like I've had people instead of being like, "Hey, like can you let me get a word in?" Like when I was younger, specifically, it's just like someone being your friend would be honest and be like, "Hey, girl, I love what you have to say. I'm here for it." But like give us some space. But I've learned through really good people and good friends to, and I've learned through actually bad experiences too, of that, of being like, God, you talk too fucking much. And I'm like, God, that's fucking nice of you. That's so nice for you to say. Like I've learned through both ways of learning social cues, and also just learning from those experiences to like give people space, obviously, to talk. That's the most, it's respectful. That's how a conversation is supposed to go. It's a back and forth. It's a volleyball. It's a back and forth. But there's also the fact of I am severely ADD. Like I am not diagnosed. I did not diagnose I am self-diagnosed. Oh my gosh. I got it, guys. Don't worry. I'm not having a stroke. I am self-diagnosed. There we go. Woo! Oh, I'm self-diagnosed ADD, and if you've watch these episodes, you can probably tell that I am some form of ADD. I get very distracted and I go on different little tangents. Anyways, but also understanding how your brain works, I think, is important. Of understanding how sometimes you just don't connect with people very well just based off of how your brain works. And I have learned that due to my personality being very big, but also how my brain works. So yeah, just the emotionalness of feeling too much, feeling like your feelings are too big, too much, and then pushing that on other people. Let's not do that. Let's not project. Let's give people the space to support you and love you and show you that you are not too much. Your personality and your energy is not too much, and your emotions aren't too much. And also talking as a like really high energy person, it's just finding who you match with, because there's some people that are so fucking off put by me. It's ridiculous. I remember specifically because I'm an adult now. I spend time with specific people all the time, and that's who I spend my time with. I don't go to school. So I just specifically think about like being around a lot of people, and in school, like people being very like off put by me and just like mad about it. And I'm just like, okay, like that's not my problem. And that's also a big thing to learn. Like if you're a very big high energy person and people are like, "Oh, you're too much. God, your energy is just too much." And you're just like, "Ow. Ow, my feelings." Like because that's telling someone, like when someone says that to you, it's like that's they it's to your core, because being an high energy person, like that's the core of who I am. My energy is a high frequency. It's fucking high. It's up there. It's and it's like for someone to be like, "Ew, you're too much." Like that's just such a slight to who I am, and that's a slight to who you are, and that hurts when someone says that. But just knowing that you have to match your frequency of like who you are with other people, because sometimes people just aren't a good match. And I also want to talk about like the opposite end. Maybe you're super like antisocial and you're just like really really quiet, and someone would be like, you're too quiet, you're too quiet, could you like you're like excuse me, I've seen that with like people that are really really comfortable in their own energy, and and they're really really comfortable in their own stillness, and people will find that really off-putting. They're like, like I've seen it where people are like, "Oh, they're just kind of like rude, aren't they? They're kind of just like really quiet," and they're like just super judging them for just being comfortable in their own stillness and their own energy. So if people have also said you're too much in that way, there's that example as well. So yeah, just talking about feeling like the too muchness and just people, the judginess and the aggression towards it, and just the meanness. People are fucking rude sometimes. People are fucking rude, and that has nothing to do with you. So yeah, I've just have felt that many times before, of people feeling off put and have just been like, ugh. So if people are just not appreciative or just being judgy and rude about your magnetic big energy, it's because they see something in you that they can't express in themselves. They have a dirty mirror, as I'd like to say. And it's just, I get it. I've seen people sometimes where I have seen them and I'm like, oh, a little cringe. And I was like, why do I think that they're cringe, or why do I think this certain way? And then I'm like, oh, it's because like I want to express that in that way, but I feel like I can't. But I reframe, and then I'm like, that's fucking ridiculous that I'm thinking like that. And so yeah, people can just be really mean. I think, not like, thinking about it, I do understand it's because there's jealousy involved. There's also just, yeah, just them seeing something in you that they can't fully express. And so also, I think it's important. It's important if you have big energy and you have this big beautiful personality to shine, to show your personality, to shine your energy, because God and universe made you this way. I believe that God and universe, and or whatever you believe in, made you to shine so fucking bright in such a specific way. Everyone is so unique. Everyone is so unique in their specific way. And the God and universe made you that way because you are supposed to shine and people are supposed to see you. You're supposed to reflect something in others. I've seen people just that are like really still and grounded and really comfortable within themselves, and I don't find that off-putting. I was more curious about it, and I was like, it reflected in me that I was like, I can be still. I can be grounded. I can also do that. So your personality is never too much. It's never too much because it's meant to teach someone something. I believe that. Like, I believe in meeting people and like learning a lesson through them. And finding your mirror, finding your match is so important. And I also would love to like bring up the fact of like, when like someone says like, when you see someone like in a relationship, or like I've seen this where like you see someone and you're like, oh, you're like really gonna settle for that guy or that girl or whoever. Like, you're really gonna like, you see someone settling and you're like, why would you settle for someone like that? That's how I like think of like friendship in this like instance of like too muchness, is like, why would you settle for a friendship that you feel too much in? Like, why are we settling? Because I feel like people think about settling sometimes and it's only in like romantic ways, and it's like, no, why are we settling in friendships that you feel like you're too much in? And they're even telling you, like, too much, you're too much. No, you're weird, whatever it is. And it's like, no, 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 no. And I have even caught myself in relationships, in friendships and romantic relationships, where I was like cutting parts of myself out to fit in their tiny box. And I talked about my toxic ex and like abusive, very abusive ex in one of these past episodes. And I was cutting parts. He'd be like, God, you're so weird, or whatever it is. And he was being judgy because he saw something himself that he couldn't express. And I was cutting like myself. I was cutting like parts of myself away to fit in his box, to fit in that relationship. And I've even done that in friendships. And I want to tell you right now, if you are cutting parts of yourself away to fit in somebody else's tiny ass little fucking box, it is your sign to cut them out of your life. Done. You are meant to cut them out of your fucking life if you are cutting parts of yourself away. That is not what a friendship is supposed to feel like. A friendship is where you flourish. You find someone that matches your energy, even in a romantic partnership, like whatever it is, whatever relationship, friendship, family members, those relationships, you need to find somebody that reflects. It's like a reflection that matches. And it doesn't have to be the same, but someone that respects and understands your beautiful, beautiful energy, because they see it and they're like, wow, like that's so beautiful. That's so cool. You're like, you're weird, but like it's so good. You want someone that just brings that part of you out instead of you feeling like you have to cut it away. I just feel like it's so important to say that. It's just, I felt really, really called to make sure I get that point through that you are meant to be seen, you are meant to shine, you are meant to show off your too muchness, because it in reality it is not too much, because God and universe made you that way. God in the universe wouldn't make you any other fucking way, because that's how you're supposed to be. And I think that is just so beautiful. It is so fun meeting people out in the world that are so unique and cool and different and big energy and just a lot. It's just so fun. And I think it's just important that we meet different people like that. I think it's so important because they reflect something different and something new and something beautiful that you're like, oh wow, I really admire. I like I said, in the stillness, I was like, oh wow, I could adopt some stillness into my life, you know? Or you could see someone that has beautiful fashion, you're like, oh my god, I would love to like dress like that. Like I want to feel stylish and big and beautiful. Like there is just so many examples that I could keep telling, keep thinking of. But I'm going to check over my notes really quick. Yeah, just it finding others that match you and understand who you are, and like why would you do any different. Those are my notes. And then yeah, we're going to go to the helpful reminders, okay? I told you in the beginning I have some reminders for you and some things to help you in these ways. So I have 3 helpful reminders for you. So finding healthy one is find healthy ways to express yourself so it doesn't build into negativity, okay? We want to find avenues to express our big, beautiful energy. One of mine is this podcast. It is just so fucking fun. It is so fun to fully express myself here with you and just out in the world. So finding like one example could be like dance classes. Dance classes have such fucking big like too muchness energy, but in the most positive way. So maybe a dance class. Ooh, maybe like taking like a fashion class. I don't know if there's like fashion classes, but like dress yourself up. Wear that shit in your closet that you don't fucking wear. And you're like, oh, it's too much. I don't know. I feel weird. Like, I see those parties like on Instagram. They're like, oh, like things that we wouldn't be able to wear. Like, I don't know if you've seen those on Instagram, but they like, some people do like parties and it's like things you couldn't wear like in your closet. Fucking wear that shit. Wear that. And like, be big, be bold, like shot, do not dim that. And like, so wear the fun clothes, wear the cool things. What else? Just like find those avenues. Find those avenues for yourself that you feel like, "Oh, I feel like I might be too much in this. I might feel I don't know if I can cuz like people are going to think I'm too much." No. If you feel that urge of being like, "Oh, I might be too much," do it anyways. Do it anyways. 2, spend time with people who match your energy. Find your mirrors. Find your mirrors. I have Lo as one of my mirrors. If you've seen her on our on one of those our episode, you'll see that we have very very similar energy, and she is my mirror, because that I want you to experience that in your lifetime, because the hurt that I have felt through other friendships of feeling too much and too big and just too much. It's so hurtful. And like I said, it's like a slight to your being. But when you feel that opposite side of that, when you feel so seen and so matched and so good in your too muchness with somebody, oh my god, it is the best feeling ever. It is I you have to experience that. You have to cut the people out of your life that tell you you're too much, that aren't encouraging you to go bigger, go big, go bold. Like, you don't, if you're not having someone do that for you, you need to cut them out of your life. Cut them out. Cut them out. Cut them out. Cut them out. I'm sorry. I'm just saying it too many times, but I'm serious. Like, find people. It took me a really long time to find my friends now that accept my too muchness and accept my weirdness and accept me for really to the core of who I am. It took me a little while, but when you get there, I promise you it is the best feeling ever. Okay. Number 3 is spend time with people who understand you. So like I said earlier, with like even having like ADD in my brain like working a different way, some people just don't understand the way that you work and the way that you function. And I think it's important to say, just like, you don't, obviously you don't have to be like, do you have ADD? If not, like, we can't be friends, you know? And so sorry, just checking something. I heard something. I was like, oh my god. So yeah, if you I want you to find the people that like understand who you are and like at your core of your being. But yeah, like I said, they don't have to have ADD, they don't have to have the same exact brain chemistry, but it does help sometimes when you know that they understand you. So, we're going to run through them one more time. So, helpful reminders: find healthy ways to express yourself so it doesn't build into negativity. 2, spend time with people who match your energy. And 3, spend time with people who understand you. Ugh. Oh my God. I love this episode so much because I have felt this for so long, and I don't feel this way in my friendships anymore, in my family, or like in my day-to-day life. I don't feel too much because I am with the friends and family that I am supposed to be with. And I'm so happy to be too much. I am so happy that I'm not for everybody. We're not meant to be friends with everybody. I love making friends. I want to be friends with everybody, but it doesn't work like that all the time, and that's okay. But please be bold, be too much. Fucking this week, please, 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 please. This week, be too much. Be big. Like, let that energy out. And if you're on the opposite spectrum of being like you feel too quiet or too this, fucking do it anyways. Like, be who you are. Like I said, the universe made you this way for a reason. Please honor that. Please. I love you so much. I had so much fun this episode. It felt so good. I hope this landed. If it landed, comment down below, or you can DM me on Instagram at the Trauma Flavored Chapters. And please share if this landed, or if you know someone, you're like, oh yeah, they have a lot of energy. They have that too much energy. Please share, because I bet they need to hear it. I wish I had someone tell me this when I was feeling too much, because I would have been like, oh yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. I can be fucking too much and it doesn't matter because it's who I am. So, if you know what's next, you know what's next? It is Flavor Club, Flavor Club, Flavor Club. You're like, what the fuck is that? It is the comment section down below, or you can DM me on Instagram. It is a way for us to connect. I want to connect with you. That is the whole purpose of this podcast. And I want to help you, and just, I hope this helped you. I just really, 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 really hope it did. But we're in Flavor Club. So, it is putting your oh my gosh. I always put feelings and flavor mixed up in my head. Put your feelings into flavor form. So it's how you are doing and just putting it into a flavor. It could be anything you want, anything your heart desires, anything. So, what is my flavor? I feel like I want something like big and like bold. Ooh, spicy. I think it's like I was gonna say a jalapeno. I want to do a ghost pepper, because those things feel like fucking crazy, just like big and like bold and like crazy and spicy, and they're like kind of scary. They're kind of scary, but yeah, my flavor is a ghost pepper. Oh my god! So funny side story. I don't know if you'll care that much. But anyways, I remember the first time I had a ghost pepper. It was in middle school, and this guy was like, "Oh, I have peppers. You want one?" I was like, "No, I'm fine." He's like, "No, no, no, they're not spicy." And he ate one, and he did not make a face at all. And I was like, "Okay." And then I ate one, and it was a ghost pepper, and I thought I was gonna die. So, yeah, that was definitely too much. But I think it's a perfect like flavor for the episode and for how I'm feeling. It embodies the feeling of just like too much, but it's like a fucking fun, spicy, crazy energy. So, I love you guys so much. I hope that you love this and I hope you have a wonderful week of expressing your too muchness. Express it all, express your feelings, give people a chance to hear you and see you and your beautiful energy. So, I will see you next week, okay? I love you. Bye.